is the latest edition of PNN.
Bitch can't whip like me, can't Millie rock like me, can't sexy walk like me, can't hit the corner like me. Ayy, bitch can't drop like me, can't hit the folks like me, can't nay like me, can't Dito shuffle like me. Like no, bitch can't do it like me. Bitch can't do it like me. No, bitch can't do it like me. No, bitch can't do it.
Next is Clay Coulter with your worldwide news.
Thanks, Luke. This week in worldwide news, Iran's foreign ministry claimed that warplanes from the Saudi Arabia-led coalition involved in Yemen's ongoing war struck and damaged its embassy in Sana'a. Yet another incident that could inflame tensions between Tehran and Riyadh. Iran condemned the strike, according to foreign ministry spokesman Hussein Jabbar-Anzar, but it was not immediately clear if the Iranian embassy was targeted or if it got struck unintentionally amid the broader conflict with Yemen. That war pits the Shiite Muslim rebel Houthis supported by Iran against forces loyal to President Abdurrahman Mansour, which are being backed military and otherwise by the overwhelmingly Sunni nation of Saudi Arabia. Several guards were injured in the late Wednesday airstrikes at the Iranian embassy in Sana'a, but there were no reports of any deaths. Police shot and killed a man Thursday after he tried to enter a northern Paris police station wielding a knife. He was wearing what appeared to be an explosive vest, but it turned out to be a fake. The attack, which occurred in Barbes near the police station in Gauty d'Or, took place on the one-year anniversary of the Charlie Hebdo killings, the first of deadly jihadist attacks that have roiled the French capital over the past 12 months. In those attacks, 2 gunmen killed 12 people in an assault on the offices of the French satirical magazine, which had angered Islamists for its irreverent approach to Islam and publication of cartoons of the Prophet Muhammad. North Korea recently claimed a hydrogen bomb, which is more powerful than an atomic bomb. The United States have tested the atmosphere, and no sign of the hydrogen bomb was found. We'll be working closely with our allies and partners in the region who have their own capabilities that can be brought to this collection of information, Ernest said, reiterating the United States' rock-solid support of its allies in the region. North Korea continues to be one of the most isolated nations in the world, and their isolation has only deepened, and they have sought to engage in increasingly provocative acts, he said. In addition, the U.S. will seek a UN Security Council resolution imposing sanctions against North Korea in the wake of its nuclear tests, U.S. officials told CNN Wednesday.
Next is Gabe Trochet with your vines.
Who wants to get crazy for New Year's?
ぬいぐるみだ。よいしょ。重いなこれ。
何？
In the arms of the angel.
Make you work my while, give it to me, I'm worth it. Baby, I'm worth it.
Just give me you. Can you be quiet?
Huh?
That song is so annoying.
And if what they say is true, if it's true, I might get mad at you.
You used to call me on my cell phone. Need my love, need my.
Where is the food? I'm calling Charles, everything's on.
Jingle bell, jingle bell.
And I used to be so excited for Christmas. Now it's like it's just another day. Psych! Hey!
Don't.
All I want for Christmas is
your boyfriend.
Hello.
Dad, I'm sorry. Please. Dad, I'm sorry.
You get back here, boy. Guys!
What?
We have a cart.
This is so much easier.
Yeah, thanks, David.
He's so smart.
Look at my dad. Look at my dad. Look at my dad. Look at my dad.
Not made of money. Always asking for some cash. Carried you for 9 months. You can carry out the trash. You never want to be back home by curfew. Mom, wait. This hurts me more than it hurts.
Yo, I paid for your shoes. Ooh, 3! How you making all these shots?
Class, what do you do when you come home from school? Homework. I read novels. I set my book bag on fire. Another battle.
Next is Destiny Gibson with your entertainment news.
So you better stay up, play up, yeah, you better keep up.
Is it too late now to say sorry?
Hey, I might buy you a new bag. So.
Cause if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself. And if you think that I'm still holding on to something, you should go and love yourself.
This is Ty Levy with your weather.
Thanks, Luke. Next week it'll be mostly cloudy with rain on Tuesday. The high temperatures are in the low 50s and low 60s, and the low temperatures are in the mid 30s to the upper 40s. This has been Ty Levy, PNN.
Next is Kyle Long with your national sports.
Thanks, Luke. This week on National Sports. Are you ready for Wild Card Weekend? The Chiefs beat the Texans, the Seahawks beat the Vikings, the Packers beat the Redskins, and the Steelers beat the Bengals. But we're going to focus on two games, the Steelers versus the Bengals and the Seahawks versus the Vikings. The Steelers led the whole game, but in the fourth quarter, the Bengals scored to take the lead and to make the score 16-15. But you can never count the Steelers for a fourth quarter comeback. Bengals linebacker Vontaze Burfict had a late hit on Antonio Brown, and Adam Jones pushed the referee to give the Steelers a 30 extra yards to set the Steelers up for a game-winning field goal. Now let's head to Minnesota, where the Vikings were leading 9-7. The Seahawks did the ball again to score a field goal to make the score 10-9, but the Seahawks left plenty of time for the Minnesota Vikings to score a field goal. The Vikings drove all the way down the field to kick a game-winning field goal, but their kicker Blair Walsh missed the 27-yard field goal to win the game. This has been Kyle Long, PNN.
Next is Brock Bird with your local sports.
Thanks, Luke. And over our Christmas break, the college football playoffs began and took center stage with Clemson playing Oklahoma and Alabama taking on Michigan State. The Crimson Tide dominated the Michigan State Spartans 38-0 to bring home the Cotton Bowl trophy and earn a ticket into the national championship game as well. The Spartans struggled throughout the game as they could muster much offense. This was evident by the goose egg they put up on the scoreboard. But the true storyline was how dominant Alabama was in every aspect of the game in this semifinal matchup. Jake Coker played the game of his career, including connecting with Calvin Ridley for 2 touchdowns and going 25 for 30 on a career best for 286 yards. The defense was as dominant as it had been all year, with Jonathan Allen and the furious Tide defensive front sacking Connor Cook 4 times and allowing the Spartans only 1 trip into the red zone all night. That trip turned out to be empty as it ended with Cyrus Jones intercepting a pass at the goal line. Special teams added to the complete team when Cyrus Jones returned a punt 57 yards for a touchdown. The victory set up an epic matchup in the championship between number 1 Clemson and number 2 Alabama. The Clemson Tigers were as impressive as they have been all year as they dominated the 4th-ranked Oklahoma Sooners 37-17 in the 2015 Orange Bowl. The win punched Clemson's tickets into the national championship game. Quarterback Deshaun Watson turned into another Steeler all-around performance by beating the Sooners with his arm and his legs. The Tigers' defense did the rest by shutting down Baker Mayfield and Oklahoma's prolific offense. Even after losing star defensive and Shaq Lawson to a knee injury early in the game, Watson completed 16 of 31 passes for 187 yards, including a 35-yard touchdown pass to Hunter Renfrow, and carried the ball 24 times for 145 yards, including a 5-yard TD run in the first quarter. Clemson went to rack up 550 yards on offense in the game and sealed the victory on Wayne Glamson's 4-yard touchdown run with a little over 10 minutes remaining. Gallman finished with 150 yards on 26 carries. Oklahoma's offense was able to score on the first possession of the battle back and forth into the first half to take a 17-16 lead at halftime. However, the second half was a beatdown as the Tigers' defense held Oklahoma scoreless the rest of the way as their offense kept piling up yards and points. The win placed Clemson in the championship game and gave them the opportunity to become the first team in FBS history to finish 15-0. With the 2 dominant performances in the semifinals, we knew Clemson versus Alabama matchup would be one for the ages. The Crimson Tide needed all its power and speed. It needed all its talent and steely resolve. When that alone couldn't do it, it was up for one gutsy trick from head coach Nick Saban to help win their 4th national title in 7 years. Derrick Henry, O.J. Howard, and Kenyon Drake hit Clemson with long touchdowns, and Alabama outlasted the dynamic play Deshaun Watson to win the college football playoff championship 45-40 on Monday night. Alabama hit Clemson first as Henry scored on the game's first touchdown on a 50-yard burst through the middle. Then Clemson quarterback Deshaun Watson hit a walk-on Hunter Renfrow for 2 touchdowns to give Clemson a 14-7 lead at the end of the first quarter. After an Eddie Jackson interception, Henry tied the game up with a 1-yard plunge, and back and forth it went. The two heavyweights battled for over 3 quarters. Then, with 10 minutes and 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and Alabama having just tied the game at 24-24, Saban took a gamble trying to keep the ball away from Watson. He called for an onside kick called pop kick from Adam Griffith, and the defensive back Maryland Humphrey caught it over the shoulder at midfield. 2 plays later, Alabama took back the lead for good. For the second time, Clemson lost track of the tight end Howard, and Jake Coker hit him in stride deep for a 51-yard touchdown to make it 31-24 with 9 minutes and 45 seconds left. Henry finished with 158 yards on 36 carries, and O.J. Howard was the offensive player of the game, with 5 catches for 208 yards, including a 63-yarder that set up Alabama's final score that sealed the victory for their 4th national championship in 7 years. This has been Brock Bird, PNN.
This has been your latest edition of PNN.